within 6 months' time, I was able to quit my full-time job because YouTube turned into a $10,000 a month opportunity. And that's just from one revenue stream.
The listeners and viewers right now and today, real time, get to a big YouTube bag in the landscape, how it is right now.
Now I look at it and I go, views don't matter, subscribers don't matter. They're good and they're cool, but it's not required to make money. You can grow with a small channel. You can make money with a small channel. My mission was to help people. I want to help them avoid those mistakes, avoid those pitfalls, and I think I can do that.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast. We talk to 6, 7, 8-figure earners. We want to know what's the path that made them successful, and I just want them to give you all the game so you can literally skip, hop, jump, whatever you need to do to get there fast. Because a wise person told me success does not have to come slow, and your life can change in 6 months.
Then that's good.
Yeah, that's my intro. You like that?
I like that. Yeah, success.
On today's episode, we got an amazing person. We've been going back and forth on the gram. We finally figured out, and not only is he on the show, but we're actually using his studio, right? So he's been gracious enough to allow us, the pursuiters to, action takers, to use his studio to host today's episode. This guy is, I like to say, platinum, gold, recording artist, YouTuber, someone that's very, very phenomenal in the space. I'm learning a lot in real time, but he got real stats, like this plaques right there, like the gold and the platinum play button. And I want to give a shout out to Andrew Slyfox. Welcome to the podcast, bro.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad
it's been great. I want to give a quick shout out to loving it, the black and yellow aesthetic.
Thank you.
I mean, those are my colors right there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Same,
you got
man.
the black with the yellow there. I'm feeling right at home right now.
Good. I'm glad. I guess we have similar taste.
Right at home.
Yeah.
So, really quick, man, your background. I mean, you do a lot of things well.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
We done spent a whole day together.
We spent the whole day together.
Since before the sun rose.
It's true.
To sunset. We spent the whole day together.
He's like, I'm gonna be here by 5. I was like, all right.
For real. So talk about like YouTube. Let's just get into that really quick. Like YouTube, because you're entering a different journey with YouTube. So you have a lot of experience, but your experience with YouTube, you're taking your current experience, but you're distributing into like a whole different element of YouTube, which is the podcast.
Right.
So let's talk about like your YouTube journey for those that may not be familiar with you. Let's talk about how that kind of came about and some of the amazing things you guys, you and your family has done with YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, man, for sure. First of all, appreciate all that. That's awesome, man. It's been a really fun day for sure. So my family and I, we decided to start a YouTube channel. We had a clothing brand called Slyfox Threads, and at the time we were trying to fulfill a ton of it actually out of our initially in our basement, then the garage, and we couldn't keep up with the demand. And
that's a good problem.
Yeah, it was a good problem, but what came along with that problem was that people were upset. Right, okay. People were upset. And I remember having the conversation with my wife, and we had some friends at the time whose cousins were doing family vlogging and YouTube. And we had a friend over, and he's like, "Hey, check this out! Like, this is what my cousins are doing. They're actually getting a ton of views. They're making good money. It's like almost like I saw it as an entrepreneurial opportunity."
Okay,
right. I was like, "Hey, this is a good opportunity for us to take this clothing brand and tie it to that YouTube channel at the time. That was the initial concept." And allow people to see that we're just real people. Because I was overwhelmed. I was like, we can't keep up. People are upset. Like, my wife and I were hustling, especially her. She was working her ass off on that. And I'm like, all right, well, if they can just see our face, they can just see our family, right? They're going to have a little bit more compassion, a little bit more understanding, and we'll vlog that, and we'll show us actually doing the work, right? They're like, these people aren't even working. They're taking the money, blah, 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 right? Everyone's upset, right? Because it was taking too long to get shipped out. So that's kind of like the concept. We're like, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. Let's tie that together, and we'll start there. And then very quickly, I realized it was a different beast that was a different beast that we were approaching, right?
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily that the customers from the clothing brand were going to translate over to viewers. It didn't happen. But we also at the same time began to build momentum with a much younger audience.
Okay.
And brand deals and paid opportunities were starting to pop up. And we're like, wow, we're actually really onto something here. Why can't we just do both? Right? Why can't we keep the brand, but we make it a more of a media brand? Right? So we have a clothing brand, we have the media brand, all under the same name. Right? And as we started doing that, the channel started to grow. At the time, I still worked at a another company. I was doing some like online marketing in the space more of like physical product, right? And once my wife and I started doing this YouTube thing, I was like, man, if we can just hit $10,000 a year extra, it'll be worth it.
That sounds like
Right?
$1,500 a month. Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. And I was excited about that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all it'll be, like if I could just do this, 10,000 extra, that'll put me up at like 95,000 a year. This would be awesome, right? I was all excited about that. And within 6 months' time, I was able to quit my full-time job because YouTube turned into a $10,000 a month opportunity. And that's just from one revenue stream.
That's crazy.
Just from AdSense. And then fast forward another couple of months, 3 months, all of a sudden now we're doubling that income because now we're getting brand deals and brand opportunities and sponsorships. And we're like, what is happening, right? Here's all this free product, right? Here's all this cool stuff. And we need you to shout it out. We need you to do this. And all of a sudden that 10 turned to 20,000 a month. And we're like, what is going on here, right? And
So
meanwhile,
YouTube was quickly like 3Xing what you were making.
oh
at the
yeah,
job.
bro. Oh yeah. Which motivated me to pursue it even further, right? I made the choice.
So keep. I mean, let's look. I mean, let's talk numbers, man. What's the most you made in a month on YouTube?
Should I say this?
This is why we're here, man.
The most we made in a month was about 150,000.
So 150,000 in a month on YouTube.
Yeah.
And were you able to do that like more than one time?
No. So we
That
hit
was the highest.
Yeah, that was the highest.
Yeah.
That was a peak. Yeah.
So what was like
I think it was 2017.
So what was the most consistent revenue on there about?
The most consistent revenue was probably along the lines of 30 and 40,000 a month.
Okay.
And that's not including sponsorships. Sponsorships would double.
So like what does that look like in terms of work? So I want to kind of like give people a realistic like understanding.
Yep.
So if I'm gonna make 100 stacks on YouTube, 150 stacks on YouTube, when you did it, what did that month look like?
Yeah, so that looked like working every single day.
Yeah.
That looked like waking up early, staying up late, up till 2 a.m. every morning editing. That looked like,
because you were still editing this.
I was
right?
editing it, yeah. So what that looked like basically is I did 550 days straight, no breaks. We're talking.
So that's a year. That's like a year and a half.
Yep.
Sundays too.
Every single day, 7 days a week.
So you were making a video and editing a video same day?
Correct. Yep. Long form. These are 10 to 15, 30-minute videos every single day. Editing time was
Why
anywhere
weren't you
from
using like any editors?
At the time, YouTubers were shamed for it.
Really?
Yeah, at the time.
it was like rapping. It was like
Yeah.
you have to write your lyrics.
Yeah.
And rap your lyrics.
Yeah, so like if you were a YouTuber and people found out, it was hidden. Like it was hidden at the time. It was hidden. Like if they found out that we had an editor, the viewers, our audience,
The viewers.
if the viewers found out that we had an editor in the early days when we were first starting,
Yeah.
they would bounce.
That don't even make sense.
They'd be upset. They'd feel like it's inauthentic.
They're watching a movie right before your YouTube video.
I know.
Or after YouTube video.
It was all about,
that's edited.
Yeah. And it was all about feeling connected, right? It was all about feeling like a community. It was all about them feeling like we were actually filming it, editing it. It was very us,
Yeah.
right? And then
Well,
they
you
felt a
definitely put that work in.
disconnect, right? So, and it's crazy, right? That's how intimate this like community is, right? Like how connected they become, because it truly felt, they noticed, people would notice that it wasn't from us if the editing changed, Isn't that crazy?
So they started to like really learn your style.
Yeah, they knew the style.
Like the feel.
Yeah, the pacing, the style. It's almost like when a TV show changes their intro. You're like, wait, wait, what?
Yeah. I remember when, or like they changed the music.
Yeah, they changed the music, they changed the character, something changes,
off.
something's off.
Yeah.
And they felt it.
And then the audience was like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, go back.
Especially when it was people that joined from the beginning, right? So 550 days straight, over a year, every single video was the same. They could count on it. They could depend on it, right? The pacing was the same. The coloring was the same. The energy, the style, right? Everything was the same. Music choices were the same. And then all of a sudden, music choices changed.
Yeah.
Because people weren't choosing the same kind of music. They weren't choosing the same dynamic where it's like, build down where something happened. We're sharing the lows. We're sharing the high, sharing the low. The editors were having a hard time connecting emotionally to the edit and to the story.
Because they had an audience like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And the audience felt it, man.
They're hearing that amount of like consecutiveness, and they're hearing you shooting 15, 20, 30-minute videos, and they're hearing you editing every day. But what is happening that is unsaid that goes into that? Because it's your family. So it's you, your wife, your kids. What, like, every day isn't just, we just can shoot and come out with a video.
Right.
So what was some of the tough days like?
There was a lot of tough days, to be honest with you, man. One of the most difficult, most challenging things was, and one of the things I really, really did not like, was that when I'm the producer, the director, the editor, right, the planner, the strategist, the thumbnail designer, right, when I'm doing that every day.
The rest of the family showing up.
Yeah. But the hard part is that made me become the boss.
Yeah.
Right? That made me become a work boss for my children, right? My son at the time was 3 and my daughter was like 11, right? Or 10. And so when you're getting paid, for example, we've had sponsorships that were $75,000, right? To put out a series of videos to promote their product or whatever it might be. And, or $30,000, $30,000 to $75,000 was kind of what we were getting for sponsorships, right? And you make that in a day, and you edit it, or there's revisions, but there's a lot of money on the line, and then you got contracts. So when there's contracts and money on the line like that, you got to perform, and the kids don't want to perform. So how, as a dad, do you go, get over there, say the lines, say it, right? You know what I mean? Like, how do you navigate not yelling at them, not losing your patience, but the days you're losing the light, right? And for YouTube to work, you don't have all these lights like we have in a studio, right? You got your natural light, and that time's gone, right? For example, like winter here in California, it's dark by 5.
Yeah.
4:45. You know what I mean? So you're talking, you got to start filming early to get through the day. You got to vlog, you got to do your regular video, and you got to produce additional videos, right? And then you got to get your family to be able to do it, right? And then so they're screaming, they're stressed, and they're upset. They don't want to do it. They don't want to say it. They don't like the product or whatever it might be. They don't want to say something that they don't mean, right? No, you got to like this product, right? This is Legos. This is Legos. You like Legos. I don't like these Legos. Yes, you do, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that stuff people don't see. They see the highlights, right? They see the finished, polished edit. They see the kids smiling. They see the fun. But in reality, it wasn't always like that. You know what I mean? And I think that was really, really hard. And I think, like, going back, it would have been nice to even talk about that and then be strategic and say, you know what? Kids weren't feeling this brand. Sorry, we're going to have to turn down the 30,000.
Yeah, that could have been on the Uncut channel.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been good to probably talk about that stuff. In the moment, we weren't thinking, right? This is all entrepreneurial. This is business. And the kids were getting a big cut.
Facts.
15% each. That's 30%. Boom, right up the top.
Okay, kids.
Yeah. So they got money sitting there. They get when they're 18. It's Coogan accounts, like a child actor account.
Yeah.
Right. And the brands would pay into that. And my wife and I, we would never touch it. Right. Still would never touch it. Could never touch it. But also we were paying them a salary as well.
Okay. Some of the kids made out well.
They did all right.
Yeah,
Not everybody was paying the kids. We set money aside for the kids. They were getting paid.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Listen, if you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you juggling your email, your text messages, you don't have a CRM, you don't have any automation, you don't even have your social media posts scheduled, I have the solution for you. What you want to do is tap into the lead attraction system. This is an all-in-one system that's going to handle your text messaging, your email, your CRM, your invoices, get you paid, your digital products, your memberships, your courses, your funnels, and also it's an all-in-one solution so you can get rid of all all these other things. It's in one system. You pay one price every single month, and they also have a weekly office hours. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Tap into the platform and make sure that you grow your business. Lead Attraction System. Grab the link below. Let's go.
So you were making less than 100K. Then you started touching 20K a month, 30K a month, 75K a month. 100K a month, 150K a month.
It got pretty close where I was like,
what did that money feel like seeing it from like not really for seeing 6 figures in a year to seeing 6 figures in a month? What did that feel like? Like, what was your, like, you see them numbers in the account, you like confidently go to buy something, you don't even gotta like, I want that. Oh, y'all want that? We want that. Taking trips. Like, what did that feel like the first couple of times?
Felt good, man. Felt like all that hard work paid off. You know, it was like, first of all, I didn't even know it was going to ever get to that point, right? You couldn't foresee that, right? Like even now, like with what I'm doing, it's like, I would love to make that money. I would love to make that money, especially at this point in my career. But like, oh, that'd be great to get that. Like, even if it's not consistent, to hit that in a month.
Yeah.
Right. But it was surreal. You know, it was like, wait, what? Like, we had a video that popped off that made about $50,000 on its own, you know, and we're like, wait, okay, for real? Like, it didn't feel real. I checked and I was like, I didn't believe it. I was like, no, wait, what? You know what I mean? And it was crazy because it's like, maybe the channel did like, that specific video was over time did 50,000. So it might have been where it's like, okay, there's like 75,000 from like ad revenue that came in, and then you got the money from the sponsorship that came in. And then you got the viral video that pushed it up that high, and you're like, holy crap. Like, this is crazy. So it was pretty unbelievable, to be honest with you, man. Yeah.
Did the money change the dynamic in your family at all?
I don't know if the money, well, maybe, because I don't know if we talked about this earlier, but the problem with going viral like that at the time was it distracted and it distorted what we should have been focusing on, right?
Okay, so you was focused on maybe attaining more virality.
After that, I wanted more.
More viral.
Yeah, more viral. That's what we got to do. That's what's gonna, that's what's gonna do this, and that's what's gonna get us to this next level. And you're getting all this attention, and you're getting invited to all the movie premieres, right? I'm sitting this close to LeBron James and Wiz Khalifa, and I'm literally hanging out with Wiz Khalifa. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, he's actually very tall in real life, way taller. I'm 6'4", almost 6'4", and he was like up here.
That's crazy.
And he was cool, bro. Yeah. I'm like chilling with him at movie premieres.
I met him one time.
Dude, he's cool, right?
Yeah. He actually he wore our brand in like 2 videos.
Let's go. Yeah. That's crazy. So what was your brand?
I mean, I don't own it no more, so I ain't trying to plug it. But
all right, we'll bleep it. No,
it was.
You can whisper. You can tell me later.
It don't matter. It was called Society Original Products.
Okay.
So yeah, we did a lot of amazing things.
I like
with that brand. But yeah, he was one of the guys that like organically took to it.
Yeah.
And like just started wearing it in videos. It's like one of his most famous songs was Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
He got the brand on that video.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe we'll put it right.
That's crazy.
There, so you guys can see it. You know what I mean? Little screenshot. All right, man. So you went from.
I'm eating glucose, so I'm if everybody's over here, what's this guy doing?
Yeah. I mean, you
diabetes, bro.
Yeah.
Type 1 diabetes, you know.
All day.
Sugar drop. It's been all day, man. It's not been a great day with diabetes, to be honest with you. It's been a roller coaster today.
High sugar, low sugar.
High sugar, low sugar, high low. Yeah, it's like trying to keep it.
But you've been drinking your water though.
Yeah, I've been drinking the water, and Zevia's over here with no carbohydrates.
Yeah, which is good. So I think we talked about that as well. Like, there's probably more sharing you need to do on that.
There is more sharing you do that. Yeah,
because there's some people out there that will resonate. That probably feel like they're alone. That you can let them know that they're not.
Yeah, and we're gonna do this on. I'm gonna do some podcasts with it.
You got to. So okay. Basically, like 10K a month to 6 figures in a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Viral, famous, family, content, and a family channel is crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What did you do with all that money, man?
Spent it.
Spent it on what? What are some of the crazy buys?
Trips, backyard, did a huge backyard renovation in the pool.
Backyard, that's crazy.
Yeah, over 6 figures, unfortunately. Most of it would have been on trips. Most of it, and my wife, she spent a lot on clothes. We did, yeah. I wish we would have handled things better, to be honest with you. It was a big learning process where it was like, well, we lived a little too lavishly, expecting that it was going to continue.
Yeah.
And then there were some downticks that happened just in general, right? YouTube made changes, family content got crazy. People were making a lot of like really, really bad things, right? They were abusing their children, forcing them to do content. You know, like, there's like a whole documentary we could probably do on that shit, right? Like it was.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
It was crazy. It got dark. We might have to save that for another video.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. I didn't even know about that at all.
Yeah, and it negatively impacted family channels across all of YouTube, right? The name of the game at the time, during a certain period of time, like 2017 specifically, we fell into it as well. A lot of people fell in, not abuse, never abuse of children, but a lot of clickbait, right? A lot of it was clickbait. People were running out of ideas last minute, you know, not having a plan moving into it. So like things would get clickbaity, things would get misleading. A lot of channels still do it, to be honest with you. There's family channels out there that I still see who we were coming up with, even where it's like, damn, they're still clickbaiting the children. That the child gets sick, child goes to the hospital, child goes to see the doctor, get that camera out. You know, and that's that shit. It's like shameful, you know. And I'm glad that like we learned from it. I'm glad that we acknowledged it, that we changed it, that we talked to the children, that we apologized. Like, man, I should have never filmed that time when you fell and got hurt. Yeah. You know, I should have never done that. I should have made sure that like we were communicating a lot better. And I'm sorry, right? Like I'm sorry that we did that. You know, like I'm sorry that you were young and we should have defaulted to safe. Right. We should have defaulted to those things. And so we did make some of those mistakes on the clickbait side, right? It was a clickbait side where it's like, why we really didn't need to film. We knew it was going to get views, right? And we knew the way we justified it in our mind, right, was, well, the kids are getting a cut, right? They're getting paid for this. Yeah. They'll thank us later, right? It was these lies and these misconceptions that we were kind of telling, or these lies and these justifications we were making in our head. Right. And the funny thing is now that the kids are older and they're like, oh, we got money. And like, they're like, okay, it's all good. It's cool. They're excited about it. Right. But I would suggest for anybody, learn from the mistakes from the people the OGs like me, you know, the people like, don't clickbait with your children and then have those conversations with them. Are you comfortable with this type of content? And when they're not comfortable, they let that, you know, and you can see it, just shut the camera off. Yeah. It's like when you're filming with children, like, just shut the camera off. Like, it's not worth it. You know, like when you're dealing with children like
protect
that.
Your family.
Protect your family. Yeah, protect your family. Protect the children's privacy. You know, protect your family's privacy. You know, not everything has to be seen. In my opinion, don't be filming the doctor's visits. You know, you don't need to film that stuff. You got plenty of other fun moments, cool moments. And stuff
I can understand how it can be. It could probably get a little dicey. Yeah. Because especially like if you're in that mode, you know what I'm saying? You're in the mode where it's like you got the momentum, right? Y'all are flowing, right? Things are going viral,
and it moves
you're
fast.
Getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Money's coming in.
Everyone's getting paid.
You're getting like bang, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bag, bang another bag, bang another bag, and it's like 6 figures in a day,
right?
That's wild. Mm-hmm. So with your experience back then, how do you feel like it's translating into your take on YouTube now?
Yeah. So the way I think that it's translated now is the best way for me to look at it is I'm like, if I were to start YouTube right now, how would I do it? Right. And I think the best way is to, especially as a family, right? But any YouTube in general, I'm like, you got to ask yourself, like, what's the goals? What's the mission? And what are the things, what are the like, where are you willing to go with it? Like, what lines are you willing to cross? What lines are you not willing to cross? Right. And I don't mean like lines are you willing to cross like they're bad. Right. Like, but I think it's important to know, like, these are my boundaries. These are what I'm willing to do. These are what I'm not willing to do. And I think just simply knowing your mission ahead of time will keep you on, I don't want to say on brand, because it's not even on brand, right? Yeah. It will keep you within what you should be doing, right? Especially as a family. Right. So, okay. So like for me, it's like our mission for all along was to build our clothing brand. We didn't need to have all the subscribers, right? We moved in that direction when we saw that opportunity. Yeah.
But that's not all necessarily a bad thing.
Correct. It's not, because we made incredible relationships. There's more good than there's bad. I feel like I'm kind of touching on a lot of the bad, but there's a lot of good. It was 90% good and 10%, man, that's rough. I wish we wouldn't have done that. We learned from it. We talked to the children. They love it now. They watch back those videos and go, that was lame. I can't believe you clickbait that, Dad. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. I'm like, I know, you're right. I'm sorry. And they're like, why are you saying sorry? I was like, because I'm sorry. I feel like I shouldn't have done it this way. I should have approached it differently, right? Camera should have gone off. I could have talked about it. I didn't need to show you crying. You know, little things like that.
Yeah. It is kind of cool that, like, you know, the other side of it, like, you have those memories. You can pull them up. You can see them grow. They can look at themselves when they were younger.
Yeah. We took down hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of videos, including ones that have millions and millions of views. And we put them just on private. We archived them.
Okay, so they're still there.
Correct.
So
I just didn't feel like that was a way that was the best representing who our family is now, where we've grown and what we've learned. And so the family can see it, the kids can see it. We all have access to that channel. And they do watch them, right? But it's just like, some of the stuff is just gimmicky, like big towers of Christmas presents, right? And it's like, okay, let's add a few more presents in Photoshop to make it more interesting, to make people want to click it. I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just like,
presentation.
It's presentation.
Marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing. And that's the thing, is I came from a marketing background. And that was like, it was always that fine line. I was always overreaching, right? Because we kind of do this sometimes as marketers. Like, we'll slightly overreach a little bit here, you know? But it's like that fine line of overreach with marketing and that fine line of sensationalizing. You know, it's like the sensationalism is where it gets a little dicey, you know?
So now you're doing YouTube a little bit differently.
100%.
Right? You're kind of taking things in your own hands in terms of like focusing on like your brand specifically.
Right.
Yep. So it's kind of like a new chapter, because now it's like this YouTube podcasting thing.
Correct.
Right? And you're teaching YouTube as well. So like, let's get down to it, bro. How do you feel like YouTube is different, but it's still the same? Like, how can the listeners and viewers right now and today, real time, get to a big YouTube bag in the landscape how it is right now?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. And you're right. My view on how to do it has definitely changed. Right now, I look at it and I go, views don't matter, subscribers don't matter. They're good and they're cool, but it's not required to make money. Right? You can grow with a small channel. You can make money with you can make money with a small channel. Right. And it's a lot of ways like what we were talking about, you know, just throughout the day, we've had these conversations where it's like, you got affiliate marketing. Right. You can get those affiliates. You could sell somebody else's product and you never even have to do it. But you can do that in your description. Right.
Facts.
And you can talk about it and you could use that product in your video. You can do your own brand deals.
Facts.
And you don't even need to get a sponsorship to do it, which means no contract, which means 100% transparency and honesty. Which means, sorry, man, that low blood sugar. That's what that is.
What you need?
I'm good. It's just it takes 15 minutes to get in there.
You gotta make sure you're right.
Yeah, make sure I'm good. It's just beeping on us here. But that's the way to approach it now. Like even myself, like I'm like, oh, I want to get to 100,000 subscriber on my new channel, right? I want to get that. I want to get that plaque. I want my third plaque, right? But at the same time, I'm like,
I need to borrow a plaque, bro.
Borrow it. Hey, we make a thumbnail with them if you want. Let's do it.
I need a borrow. I mean, he got two. I need a borrow one. So I mean, so you were saying like the viewers and subscribers don't matter.
Correct.
In terms of making money.
Right.
Yeah.
Now perception of what those mean. They matter. Right. But they're really truly more a vanity metric now. Right, looking at subscribers, it's like, yeah, it's cool
because you can have those plaques and still not make money.
Correct. It's true. I know people who have over a million subscribers who are making less than I'm making.
That's wild.
Now, and I've got 2,000 something subscribers, not even 3,000 yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? But it's about knowing and leveraging what you have, and then being able to provide that value in a way that actually truly is going to help people to make. Because if you have a way to help people to make money, that's high value, right?
Facts. Yeah.
And then if you have a way to help people to accelerate it, right? We were talking about that earlier, like a way to where if it maybe it's taken me 7 years, 15 years, but I can help you do it in 5 minutes or 5 weeks. That's a big value.
Yeah, that's a super big value, and I like how you said that. So basically, you're teaching people, right? a lot of the cheat codes, skill sets, high level ways to create content that's perfect for the YouTube platform.
Correct.
Almost like a video that has all the ingredients.
Correct.
Plus your experience.
Right.
But then they're teaching them how you got to fire a video. Let that video do what it do.
Yep.
But let me teach you how you can use these other things to throw them in the gumbo as well.
Correct.
That will position you to get money.
Correct.
So it's like you don't have to worry about getting 100,000 views, 1 million views on this video. If it does that, perfect.
Awesome.
But you can get paid even if it gets 100 views.
Correct.
And I think that's
You're actually probably going to get paid more longer if it doesn't go viral.
No, I think you're right about that.
Viral's fun and viral's cool, but that's not what you want to chase, right? You want to chase that long term.
Let's chase the big bags.
Yeah, they're always trying to hit that 3, right? Always trying to hit that 3, you know, and viral's cool. Like I said, viral's cool and viral has its place, but yeah, it's that long term that we're after.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
So you feel like, now I kind of asked Sean Cano this as well. Do you feel like YouTube, having a YouTube channel, whether you're a 9-to-5er, entrepreneur, whatever category you're in, do you feel like it's something that everyone should have?
Absolutely, 100%. Everyone should have it, especially if you have a brand, right? Especially if you have a business, 100% you should have it, man, because it's the best way to build community.
Yeah.
And communities, in my opinion, we talked about this earlier, but in my opinion, the best part about a community is you begin to trust people in your community, right? And I think I think everybody absolutely, without a doubt, should have a YouTube channel. There's no doubt about it. And I think that if you have a podcast, it is a major missed opportunity if you're not turning that camera on.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasters that are still doing the audio thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But stop. YouTube invested a lot of money into their podcast platform. Turn the camera on while you're shooting your podcast, upload 100%. That. You're doing yourself a disservice by not having that.
100%.
That's a whole nother podcast. Obviously, you guys know what I be talking about. So that's definitely a huge missed opportunity. So, man, are you excited about like the current journey that you're going on with YouTube?
More excited than I've ever been, to be honest with you. It's like, I love this more than anything else. And here's why, right? I started this time with a mission, right? My mission was to help people, right? To help thousands of people, as many people as I can help, the better, right? Like I want to help them avoid those mistakes, avoid those pitfalls, right? And I think I can do that. And that's what I'm like so excited about. Like, I think that's what makes me different in terms of like YouTube education or YouTube being able to help people is I've actually lived the mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. I've actually done it. I've
been to the summit.
Yeah, I've been to the summit.
You made 6 figures in a month.
Yep. I've done it.
You're credible as fuck.
Yeah. I've actually done it. Right. Like I've had the highs and I've hit the lows and I've made those mistakes, right? I've made those mistakes and I've made those major successes, right? I've made millions of dollars off of YouTube, right?
Crazy.
I've had millions of people that chose to subscribe. I've been to the point where I go to Disneyland and people start crowding around if you stop and take a picture with one person. Everybody starts coming around and, oh my gosh, we watch a YouTube channel. Can we take a picture with your kids? And it's always like, let me ask them first. Like we're here to have fun as a family. Yeah, we're here. Exactly. Yeah, we're here to have fun at Disneyland.
They're actually my children.
Yeah, exactly. They are just kids, So I've done all that. I've had the highs, had the lows. And now I feel like being able to teach from a place of being humbled in a lot of ways makes a big difference, right? It's not just that I've been teaching the back end of YouTube. It's not that I've just been teaching YouTube strategy of how other people have had success. I've actually done it.
Yeah. Are you still getting money on that channel?
I am.
How much you getting on that channel still?
It still makes a few thousand.
That's pretty awesome, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even work that channel right now.
Yeah, it's just residual.
When's the comeback? When's the comeback video?
I don't know if there will
Are
be
you
one.
are you in contract negotiation with the other family members right now?
Yeah. The funny thing is, I was the one pushing it, right? I'm like, we need to keep going. We need to keep going. We need to keep going. And now they're like, hey, I want to get back into it, Dad. And I'm like, here's what it would take, right? Here's the strategy it would take. And it would work, bro. It would work. But now I'm like, I'm not looking for that short-term gain where my kids want to do it for a year or two and bounce, right? I want to be in this for a long time, and I want to see a lot of people succeed.
Yeah.
If I do my own YouTube channel, we succeed and we build it, right? But I'm like, why would I don't want to do that. I've already done that, right? Now I want to see a lot of people succeed. Man, if I could see 200 people this year succeed off of what I'm able to help them with, that's way better to me than us getting in there and making some money. You know what I mean?
I dig that, bro. So, I mean, listen, 201. What are we doing?
Let's go. I'm ready now to help you.
So, check it out. So, couple quick fire questions, right?
Okay.
You're building the Sly Fox Academy.
Yep.
YouTube. I mean, it's happening in real time.
Yep.
4 things they gotta learn before they graduate. What are 4 things they have to learn? They cannot leave without learning these 4 principles on YouTube. What's that?
Learn to be confident and comfortable on camera no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Public or at home. Don't allow this part of the same. Don't allow your feeling of like, I don't want to hear my voice on camera. You know, I don't like the way I sound. Neither do I. But most YouTubers don't.
Yeah.
Right. Most of us don't like the way we sound on camera. But don't let that stop you. If you don't feel confident, walk what you don't feel for a while, and eventually you're gonna feel it. Right. I guess that's number 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. Yeah. Just live that. Number 3, don't focus on the vanity metrics. Just focus on providing value and showing up.
Yeah.
Right. Just keep showing up, man. Consistency. We said this earlier, like consistency is the only actual cheat code to life and business, right?
Facts.
That's the only thing, like we talked about, like success leaves clues. That's the biggest clue that I see across everything. Life, right? Your fitness goals, stay consistent, right? Your content goals, stay consistent, right? You want to get good on guitar, stay consistent, right? It's just every way, life and in business, consistency is the real true cheat code. And number 4, build community. Listen to that community.
Yeah, you were saying that all day.
Yeah, all day. That's the number 1 thing for 2023. All right. Focus on the community, consumption of your content, and then put that community first.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, books. Any books, mindset, money, strategy, marketing. What are like 2 or 3 books that you would give anyone watching or listening the opportunity to invest in that you feel like could help them?
Yeah, I've got 3 of them right now that I really like. And it's funny, they're the only ones sitting out right now.
Oh yeah, I see
right. So the subtitle, Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Right. That book was incredible. That book I think is good for anybody. I think everybody should listen to it. Entrepreneurs, athletes, anybody who needs to be out in the public eye or is going to be out in the public eye.
Yeah.
I think it's good to not give a fuck what people think. I think it's good to know that haters are viewers.
Yeah.
And haters are constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I think that if you look at it in that way, it's like, oh man, this is awesome. You
good?
I'm good. I'm like,
I'll make sure my guy's good over here.
Diabetes, bro. Diabetes. It's like, I look at it, I'm like, do you know how much positive stuff I've learned just from the haters? Like, they actually helped my life, bro.
Yeah, facts.
All through YouTube. I'm like, man, you're right. I shouldn't be eating like that.
And you can actually turn a hater to like
a lover.
A fan.
Yeah.
Like somebody tried to hate on a post I made the other day, and I'm just like, everyone gets this but you.
Yeah.
And then I had to break it down, and he was like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, that makes sense. All right, man, thanks. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's so funny when it's just perspective.
Yeah, and sometimes it's strategy, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's strategy for them and for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a double win because sometimes it's strategy. They want to get attention.
They just want attention.
They want acknowledgement. They're bored. Their little fingers there at home trying to freaking get attention. You know, like, oh, they get no attention. They live in mom's basement. You know, they want to get some attention. Okay, cool. You got it. Awesome. Congratulations for you. You just got it, right? But at the same time, it's like you said, you can turn that negative into a positive by going, hey, Awesome. I'm glad that you asked that because maybe more people out there are wanting the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me enlighten you. Let me teach you this. Let me tell you this. And I do the same thing. And sometimes I just go,
Yeah, facts.
fuck you. You're not worth my time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's whatever. Figure it out on your own. But for the most part, it's not like that, right? It's like, okay, cool. Let me teach you. So
we got soda article.
okay, yes, yeah.
What's the other one
Switch on Your Brain.
Okay.
Incredible book. Mindset. It's kind of a cool mindset. It's I think there's a little bit of resilience in there, which is great. I think for me, it was a really, really good book to just be like, oh yeah. It's a different perspective. It's a better way to look at things.
Yeah.
And then number 3 on my shelf over there, of course, we talked about Sean Cannell
Shout out
and
to Sean
Benji.
Cannell.
Yeah, like those
Think
are two
Media.
friends. Yep,
Yep.
Think Media. Those are two friends. Sean sent me book number 1. I got to buy book number 2, but that's a really, really good one. I think honestly, that's a good book because I don't think it just applies to YouTube.
Yeah,
Like
I would agree.
Yeah. I think like it's about YouTube and it's really good for YouTube. And if you want to be successful on YouTube and grow on YouTube, but I also think that there are certain things that are a foundation that can go across all social media platforms and also just social media marketing in general. And I think you find it in that book.
I would agree. I think that's a fire book. I read it. I didn't read 1. I had an opportunity to get 2. And it's been good. And I think that's a good not only book to read, but a YouTube channel to subscribe to.
100%.
A lot of content
100%.
that'll help you grow.
He's been at this the longest, bro. Yeah. He's connected with the best people. You know what I mean? The people that have been in this longest. Yeah, it's a great channel to learn from.
All right, man. So the last question I got from you is, should I get married and have kids?
Here, I'll give you this. Statistically, people who are married are still happier than people who are not.
So I'll have this on my face a little longer if if I get married.
You might, but also it's one of the most stressful things on the planet too. So it's like
double edge.
Yes, double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this: the relationship that you build with your kids lasts beyond even some marriages. Right?
Yeah, no, that's true.
You have kids; they can only have one real dad.
Yep.
You know, like they only get one real mom. Right? In that situation, only one. Like their parents, that's true. Like they only get one of you. You could get a stepdad, but it's not you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that relationship is very, very powerful. It's a two-way street, right? It's very, very powerful for you as a dad to have that unconditional love. Even if you're a shitty parent, your kids love you, man. You know? And that's crazy. That's powerful. They're resilient.
Yeah.
We talk about resilience, like that's crazy. So I don't know that having kids is for everyone, but I think if you do, man, it's very, very, very
But we're talking about me. We're not talking about everyone. Should I get married and have kids?
right now. I know I've only been hung out with you for one day, but
Yo, Andrew giving me all the disclaimers. He's saying it without saying it. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro. I appreciate you.
I think it's worth a shot.
I need to find a Capricorn. According to him, I need to find a Capricorn or a Virgo.
Listen, ladies, Virgo right here. You can count on him. He's going to be very sincere. We talking about zodiacs here, like Capricorn women, especially other Virgos. You guys are going to be a powerhouse couple.
We're about to see what's up, man.
About to see what's up. So hit him up in those comments right now. Let's see. Comment cap Gergo.
Cap Virgo. Cap Virgo.
Editor, put that on the screen.
But nah, man, listen, seriously, it's been great, man. I'm glad that you came on. Well, actually, I mean, we're at your spot. So thanks for having me host at your place.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
I really appreciate you sharing a little bit about your journey, your family, nuances, positive lows, the crazy amount of money you made in a month, the transition, your whole take on YouTube now. I feel like there's a lot of gems in this episode that people can like grab and like run with. Like you could really get some real results from that. So how can they work with you, learn more about you, or tap into programs, community, or anything you got going on?
Yeah, for sure. Probably the best way to contact me and the fastest response is going to be on Instagram. Yeah, so follow me at Andrew Slyfox on Instagram. Send me a DM. I'd love to talk with you. Love to chat with you. Yeah, and if we got all like you said, man, we got all kinds of cool ways that we could work together. So yeah, hit me up. I would love to chat.
Listen, y'all, it's been another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast right here in Lake Elsinore. in California.
Southern California.
It's been amazing, and I appreciate you, man. Thanks
Dude.
for coming on.
Likewise, man. I
Looking
appreciate you,
forward
dude.
to having you back on and just creating more content and just
sure.
in general. It's been great. And you guys make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment below, follow my guy, subscribe to his channel, and tap in if you're trying to grow your YouTube. Woo! Let's go.